You're half awake in a dark room, no alarm, no sunlight. And then that familiar sound cuts through the quiet. Cock-a-doodle-doo! So sharp it feels like it belongs outdoors. Another crow answers from farther away. You check the time. It isn't even sunrise yet. Most of us inherit a simple explanation. Roosters crow because the sun rises. But if the light hasn't changed, if the horizon is still hidden, what are they reacting to? And near more than one rooster, you may notice the sound doesn't feel random. One call can invite replies. Almost like the order matters. So why does it happen when it does? The answer isn't one cause. It's several systems lining up at the same edge of dawn, inside the rooster, between roosters, and around them. Let's get into it right here on Secrets of Simple Things. The sound that's built to travel. A rooster isn't using a human-style voice box. Birds have a vocal organ called the syrinx, located at the base of the trachea. With airflow and muscular control, it can produce loud, complex calls. The crow starts deep in the rooster's chest. Air passes over vibrating tissues, and the sound gets amplified, engineered to carry. That's why a single crow can cut across yards and fields like it's meant to be heard by someone who isn't close. This physical mechanism is broadly universal among roosters, regardless of breed or environment. The call is tuned to be attention-grabbing, the sound we associate with morning, even when morning hasn't visually arrived. But a powerful instrument doesn't explain a schedule. Crowing isn't a mechanical reaction like a light switch. It's behavior, shaped by internal timing and external cues. And the biggest misconception is that the cue is simply sunlight. The clock that starts before sunrise. Roosters, like many animals, run on circadian rhythms, internal biological clocks that cycle roughly every 24 hours. Light and darkness help set that clock, but the rhythm doesn't rely only on the exact moment the sun appears. Even in constant darkness, roosters can keep a pattern of rest and activity. The body keeps time even when the sky can't help. In the hours just before dawn, the rooster's body begins to ramp up alertness. Activity levels rise. The animal becomes more ready, more awake, more likely to call. So the morning crow often happens because the rooster's internal clock is anticipating daylight, not merely reacting to it. This also explains something people notice in modern farms. In artificially lit barns or indoor spaces, roosters may crow on a schedule that matches lights turning on, even if that doesn't match the natural sunrise. If the light reliably increases at a certain time, the rooster's rhythm can lock onto that pattern. In other words, the rooster doesn't need to see morning to start behaving like morning is coming. The body is already shifting into day mode. And once you accept that, a new question appears. If crowing were only about an internal clock, why does it need to be loud? Because crowing isn't just timing, it's a message. Crowing is communication. Crowing isn't random noise. Roosters use their calls to announce presence, set boundaries, and signal status to other roosters nearby. Morning is a particularly important time for that message because it marks a transition from rest to activity. As animals begin moving again, territories are more likely to overlap. Paths cross. Encounters become possible. A rooster can reduce those encounters by speaking first, audibly, before anyone gets close. By crowing early, a rooster establishes itself at a distance. It's a way of saying, "I'm here," before bodies start testing each other. Those calls can reinforce hierarchy, helping maintain order without constant confrontation. And roosters aren't interchangeable voices. Each rooster's crow is distinct enough to be recognized, allowing chickens and rival roosters to know who is calling and where it's coming from. Its identity, location, and status compressed into one sound. So when you hear a crow in the dark, you're not only hearing a bird waking up, you're hearing a social signal laid over the landscape like a boundary line you can't see. Why who crows first can feel important. You may have noticed this if you've heard more than one rooster. Sometimes a single crow seems to start the morning, and other roosters respond. There may not be a strict rule every morning, but the idea that who crows first can matter fits what crowing is for. An early call gets the message out before movement begins. It can establish presence and status at the moment the day is turning on. In a time window when paths will soon cross, being heard early can help prevent being challenged up close. The replies make sense too. If another rooster hears a declaration nearby, it may answer to confirm its own presence and position. Sometimes a response can be a challenge. Sometimes it's simply a statement. I'm here as well. Either way, the sequence tells you something. These are not isolated birds calling into empty air. They are aware of each other. They are using sound to manage spacing and rank, so the morning starts with signals, not collisions. Then biology adds another layer. Not every rooster can crow the same way, or with the same intensity, because crowing is also tied to maturity. When the crow arrives, age and hormones. Young male chickens don't crow immediately. The behavior emerges gradually as they mature and hormone levels rise. Testosterone plays a key role in shaping not only whether a rooster crows, but how often and how confidently it does so. Early crows can be irregular or incomplete, becoming stronger and more consistent over time. It's the sound of an animal growing into its role. And the social environment matters too. Competition within the flock, or the presence of other roosters, can influence how frequently a rooster crows. The behavior responds to internal biology and social context at the same time. So far, we have three forces working together: an internal clock that anticipates dawn, a social need to broadcast boundaries and status, and hormones that shape how strongly the signal is expressed. But roosters don't only crow at sunrise. Why they crow all day. Roosters crow throughout the day in response to changes in their environment. They may crow when something breaks the usual pattern: a new sound, movement, a shift in light, or the arrival of people, animals, or nearby flocks. Studies of chicken behavior show roosters often crow more when they detect disturbances. That can look like a rooster crowing when a farmer enters the yard, when a loud vehicle passes, or when a predator is near. In those moments, crowing acts like a general alert system, signaling something is happening to the flock and to nearby roosters. Morning is simply one of the most predictable times for triggers, because light is increasing and the day's activity is ramping up. And because the world is quiet, the sound feels more dramatic, like it owns the whole air. A quick question if you'd like to share: have you ever heard a rooster crow at a time that felt completely wrong? Late at night, during a storm, or right after a sudden noise? Drop the strangest wrong time crow you've heard in the comments. I read them, and they're always more interesting than people expect. How to hear it differently. Once you know what's underneath, the crow changes shape in your mind. Part of it is timing, an internal clock pushing the body toward wakefulness. Part of it is social, a message that draws invisible lines before anyone moves. And part of it is the world itself, disturbances that turn the call into a general alert. The sound stays the same, but your interpretation becomes more accurate. Why humans turned it into a clock. For humans, the rooster's crow has long felt purposeful, as if the animal is announcing the arrival of the day. That impression makes sense. The sound is consistent, noticeable, and perfectly placed in the quiet hours before sunrise. Before clocks were common, people relied on natural cues to mark time. The rooster became a reliable signal that morning was approaching. Over generations, reliability became explanation. Roosters crow because the sun rises. Science doesn't erase that old association. It just adds the real machinery underneath it. The real reason, without the myth. Roosters crow in the morning because multiple factors align. Their internal biological rhythms raise alertness before dawn. Hormonal development shapes how strongly crowing shows up and how often it happens. Social communication makes crowing meaningful. Presence, boundaries, hierarchy, especially at the transition into daily movement. And environmental changes can trigger crowing throughout the day, with morning being a predictable window for those shifts. That combination makes early crowing feel like a simple response to sunrise. But it's more like a carefully timed signal. Biology, behavior, and environment braided together. So the next time a rooster crows before the sun, you can still hear it as a familiar symbol of morning. But you can also hear what it really is. A body anticipating daylight, and a voice telling the world, "I'm here," right before the day begins to move. Small things don't need to be complicated to be meaningful. Sometimes they're meaningful because they're reliable, because they show up in the same quiet place, day after day, and teach us to notice the moment when rest turns into motion. Thanks for watching. If you have a suggestion for another everyday mystery we should unpack next, leave it below. We'll be reading.